Welcome to the webinar, How to Build a Sales Funnel that automatically adapts to your customers' interests so you can better relate and sell more. The interest-driven strategy and 3 core tools to focus on without becoming a full-time digital marketer. Now, real quick, my name is Nathan Williams and I am the founder of Crazy Eye Marketing. I've been doing digital marketing type stuff for the last 5 years, and it's how I put food on the table and a roof over my head. And everything you see on Crazy Eye Marketing, I put together myself. So if you want to learn more about me, please just check out the blog. Now this is an educational webinar. You might want to consider it a masterclass. And it is the best free training program I've ever put together, and I'm really happy with it. And I'm excited to push it out into the world. And throughout this presentation, I'll be giving you several scripts, fill in the blank emails, ad copy, full sales funnels, and basically just giving you everything I possibly can so you can get out there and take action today. So you're going to be able to do a lot with what I give you here for free, especially if you have a little bit of technical know-how. You could take what I give you, run with it, and find success. Now at the end of this presentation, I will make an offer to join my training program, which goes deeper into what I teach you today, and it's very tech heavy. It's a lot of step-by-step video instruction. Plus, I'm going to give you the chance to get a bunch of bonuses that you can't get any other way. So that offer or pitch or whatever you want to call it will be at the end, and it'll be a short, quick one. Finally, if you are anything like me, you probably hate watching live webinars at that 1x normal speed that people talk at and present at. Like, I personally cannot sit through a 1x speed webinar. I always leave, and I just hope that they send me a replay, and if they don't send me a replay, then I don't see the webinar ever. So this training actually is not live, and I've gone ahead and uploaded it to YouTube so you can control the playback speed. And I urge you to watch it at 1.5 or 2x speed, because you will be able to consume it at that speed, and you're going to save time, and that way you can get out there and do stuff as opposed to just watch some guy talk. And if you don't know how to change the speed on a YouTube video, it's really simple. In the bottom right hand corner, there's going to be a little gear icon. You go ahead and click it, come up to speed, click that option. And when you do that, it'll give you a bunch of speeds to choose from. And I recommend the 1.5x speed or the 2x speed. Alright, moving on. Now this is not a get rich quick or make money without doing work system, strategy, scheme, whatever you want to call it. So if you are here to try and get rich quick or make money without actually doing some work, let me save you some time and you can just leave right now. Now, that's also not to say that this is not a streamlined digital marketing strategy where you can certainly produce results much faster than randomly figuring it out through years of trial and error like I did. And so this is essentially 5.5 years of digital marketing experience organized into one precise strategy. So you might be wondering, should I even be here? And that comes down to how you answer this question. So do you want to use the internet to sell stuff? If you answer yes to this question, you should be here. If you answer no to this question, then you probably shouldn't be here, because that's what I'm going to show you how to do on this webinar. And this includes current business owners, so if you already have products and services and customers and you've been running things for a while. But it also includes newbies. Maybe you don't have anything to sell quite yet and you're trying to figure everything out and get all your ducks in a row before taking action. And that's cool. I am happy to have you here. And it doesn't really matter if you're selling digital or physical products, services, coaching and consulting, or even opportunities. And this also works for both online and offline businesses. Now this might sound too good to be true, like how could this possibly work for everyone? And the reason is because the buyer's journey is the same. You have the world right here. There's 7-8 billion people on it, and more than likely a small percentage of this world is your ideal customer and people that would buy products and services from you. And you reach your ideal audience through some sort of advertising, whether it's paid or free or like word of mouth or something. Whatever way you're getting your business in front of your ideal customer, and you kind of bring them into your business. Sometimes you offer them a lead magnet, so something of value in exchange for their contact information. And then once you have a way to get in touch with them again and again and again, whether that's through emails or retargeting ads or phone calls or direct mail, and just over time you start to build a relationship, you start to establish some rapport, and eventually they buy something from you and become a customer. And then all you have to do is keep them happy and continue to make other offers for other products and services so they keep coming back to you for more and increasing that customer lifetime value. So, quick story, I recently purchased a new front porch for my house because the old one was rotting and just like falling off the front of my house. And so I went to Google and I searched for front porch companies near Chester, Virginia. And so I found several companies and I went to their websites and I filled out their little free quote form, or I was basically requesting a lead magnet for a free quote. And I probably filled out like 10 different free quote forms. And I only had 3 companies call me back. So those other 7 companies have a very poor follow-up system. And it just blows my mind that 70% of the companies that I requested more information from did not deliver anything. But anyway, I did have 3 companies that came out and did quotes on the front porch. 2 of the companies I never heard from again. But the 3rd company, they called me several times and even came back out to my house 2 more times. And of course, I wound up buying the front porch from them because they actually cared and followed up. So now I have a brand new porch and I'm a customer. And they also do all sorts of other home remodeling. And so you can bet next time I need something done, I'm just going to go straight back to them because they did a good job, they followed up well, and it was overall just a good experience. And I'm hoping through that example you see how this process worked both online and offline, and it transitioned through both mediums. Like I went to Google and did a search, then I filled out a form, then I got on the phone, then some people came by, then we sent some emails back and forth, then we got on the phone some more people came by, and boom, I have a front porch. And in looking at this diagram, of course, you can tell that this is a quote-unquote sales funnel. And this is at the very, very macro level, like the 30,000 foot strategy view of a sales funnel. And you probably already get and understand this concept because it is pretty simple and self-explanatory when you think about it. All you got to do is attract people, then you build a relationship with those people, then you convince them to buy something from you, then you keep them happy and convince them to buy more from you. And ultimately, a macro sales funnel is the path through which you take your ideal customer and it's your entire business. Basically, it's business 101. And like anything, there's a million different ways to do it, but what is the best way to do it? Well, the best way that I have discovered is what I call the interest-driven sales funnel strategy. And basically, you watch how people act and give them more of what they show interest in. Let me say that again. You're going to watch how people act and then give them more of what they show interest in, right? So people only care about what they care about. So your job becomes to figure out what they like and then sell them what they already like. So this diagram on the left-hand side is an interest-driven sales funnel, and it is a macro level strategy. So you start with your audience right up here at the very top, just like the other sales funnel diagram where the earth was at the top and you're reaching your audience through advertising. So this is that same audience that I was just talking about. And this audience could be your email list, a retargeting list, social media, saved audience, phone list, address list, etc. Basically, any sort of list with your ideal customers on it. And then you reach out through your audience through different types of engagements. And these engagements are simply emails, ads, text messages, phone calls, direct mail, Facebook Messenger, etc. Any way you engage with your ideal customer or audience. And through these engagements, we're watching how people interact with them. And depending how they interact, we know if they're interested in that particular topic, product, or service. And a few ways people can show interest in things is if they register for them, they click a link, they view a page, they actually visit your store, they buy something, they call you, they reply to an email, they fill out a survey, etc. There are many ways to see if somebody is interested in what you're offering. And once we know what somebody is interested in, we place them in a micro sales funnel. And micro sales funnels are responsible for lead generation and selling specific products, services, opportunities, etc. And there are many different micro sales funnel models depending on what you're selling and trying to accomplish. Like there's lead gen, front end funnels, webinar funnels, product launch funnels, application funnels, etc. And we're going to go through them in detail in just a few minutes. So again, this is the interest-driven sales funnel strategy, and it is a macro level sales funnel strategy, and it's the best way that I know how to do it. I want to have a practical example. So moving forward, we're going to pretend like we have an outdoor/adventure store, and we have one physical location, and we also have an e-commerce store. And with the e-commerce store, we service the entire United States. Now, through our physical location and our e-commerce store, we sell everything from $2 energy bars or meal replacement bars to $1,000 plus tent and sleep systems. So we have a whole wide range of physical products. Then we also have a few digital training courses, and we started selling these because they are such high margin. Like once they're created, they're pretty much 100% pure profit, and they range in price from $7 to $247, starting with something simple like preparing for your first camping trip, all the way through how to become a master survivalist. And we give away a certification and a badge and all sorts of cool stuff with that higher end digital resource. Then for our local people, we offer week-long adventure tours, and they come in at $1,000 a person. And we're pretty much going to be starting from scratch, at least in regard to digital marketing. Now, of course, we already have a business and we have our products and everything. And of course, we do have some customer data, like we do have some names, some email addresses, some physical addresses. But we've really been slacking on the whole digital marketing thing. And so that is what we have and where we're starting. Now, how can you go ahead and relate this to your business? Again, we have a physical location so we can drive foot traffic. We're offering both physical and digital products. We also have a high-end service where we have that week-long adventure tour. So between these offerings, I'm sure your business can relate in some way. Now, if you don't have a business and or you're looking to expand your product line, there are many ways to start selling something, whether it's through drop shipping or maybe PLR or private label rights, or maybe you start offering productized services. Whatever it might be, I do have a complimentary training down below where I cover these different models. So that way, if you don't have something to sell yet, you can get something to sell. Alright, so let's dive into the interest-driven sales funnel strategy. And first things first, we have to figure out our audience. Now again, your audience could be an email list, a retargeting list, your social media profiles, saved audiences, phone lists, address lists, etc. And where we're starting is we have a basic, simple email list that we've never really emailed before. And also, we can go ahead and create a saved audience within Facebook. So basically, we can make our own audience just by using the power of Facebook, even if we didn't have email lists or anything like that. So if you're starting from pure scratch, you can still create an audience and still make things happen. And we're actually going to go over saved audiences in just a second here. But first, the number one rule of thumb is you got to hang out where your customers hang out. And 99.99% of the time, you can find at least a portion of your audience on Facebook. And just a couple rules of thumb when it comes to creating saved audiences on Facebook. When you build a national audience, you probably want between 1 to 5 million people. And with your local saved audiences, you probably want around 50,000 people. Now also, sometimes your audience size is just what your audience size is. Like if you're selling jumbo jets, there are probably not 1 to 5 million people that are out there trying to buy a jumbo jet. Or if you're running local ads and you live in a rural area, you might not have 50,000 people that could become customers. You might only have 20,000. So in some instances, you just got to make do with what you have. But in an ideal world, for a national audience, you want between 1 to 5 million, and then a local audience, you want around 50,000 or maybe more. So now let's head over to Facebook, and I'm going to show you how to make these saved audiences. So here we are in the Facebook Ads Manager. So you will need a Facebook Ads account in order to follow along, and it is free to set up and everything. It only starts costing money once you spend money on ads. And I'll include some more information down below to set up an account if you don't already have one. But once you have your account and you're logged in, we're going to come up to the top here and open our menu. We'll go to All Tools, and then we're going to go to Assets and Audiences. And if you've created audiences before, you'll see them listed out below. But if you don't have any audiences here, no problem. We're about to create one. So come up here to the top to create audience, and we're going to do a saved audience. And now Facebook lets us essentially pick whomever we want based off of location, demographic information, interests, buying behavior, etc. So we can literally find exactly who we want to sell our stuff to. So that's really freaking awesome. And we're going to go ahead and create a saved audience for our e-commerce store. So a national audience. So let's just start up here at the top. Let's go ahead and name it. I'm just going to call it National Audience. But of course, name it whatever makes sense for you. And then we're going to skip over custom audiences here and move on to locations. Now there is a drop down menu here so we can hone in on specific locations. And as you can see, there's a few different options here, like everyone in this location, people who live here, people who visited this location, and people traveling in this location. So some different options here. I typically just leave people who live in this location. And of course, since this is a national campaign, I'm going to leave it at United States. But we could go ahead and include other countries or locations, or we could also exclude countries or locations. So say for example, we don't actually ship to Alaska for some reason, we could click exclude and then just type in Alaska. Boom. So now we'll advertise through the entire United States with the exception of Alaska. Now I'm going to delete that just for this exercise, but I wanted to show you how it worked. Scrolling on down, we have our age range, so we can select whatever age range of customers we typically have. And I'm going to go with 25 to 60. Gender, of course, pretty self-explanatory, men or women or everybody. Languages, so if there's any specific language you want to target, you can go ahead and select that here. And then we move into detailed targeting. And here's where we can select people based off of demographics, interests, and behaviors. And there are a couple ways to use this tool. We could go ahead and just type in what we want. For example, camping. and we can click whichever options we want in here. So I could go with camping. And once you have selected one of these options, you can do suggestions, and you'll see all sorts of demographics, interests, or behaviors that relate to what you've already selected. So you can just start clicking in here to add those other options. But then there's also this browse feature, which allows you to browse through pre-established demographics, interests, and behaviors. So let's go ahead and click into here real quick. So browse. And let's just go into behaviors real quick and check it out. And we can scroll on down here. I'm looking for purchase behavior. So purchase behavior. And let's scroll on through here and see if anything fits what we're looking for. So we have sports and outdoors. That's probably in line with our camping store. So let's click into here. And we have things like fishing. That's outdoors. So it added it right there. And we could go back in and do behaviors again. Go to purchase behavior. Sports and outdoors. Here's hiking and camping. I'll select that option. So now we have a few demographics, interests, and behaviors selected. Let's scroll up a little bit and see how big our audience size is. So our potential audience size right now is 45 million people. And if you remember the rule of thumb, I said for a national campaign, you probably want between 1 to 5 million people that are closely related to what you're trying to sell. And so this 45 million number is pretty big, so we got to go ahead and narrow our audience just a bit more to get down to that 1 to 5 million number. So let's scroll back down here, and we can go to narrow audience. And what this does is it adds another demographics, interests, behaviors field. And what happens now is people have to fall into this field, so they have to like one of these things and must also match at least one of these things in this field. So we can really start honing in our audience. So let's start entering some demographics, interests, and behaviors into here. So I'll go with camping, and I'm gonna go with paradise. And then I'm just gonna hit suggestions real quick. So let's go camping, suggestions, outdoor life, suggestions, Camping World, suggestions, Camping Life Magazine, suggestions, camping with family. Let's scroll up and see our audience size now. And now our potential reach is 1.1 million people, which is between that 1 to 5 million rule of thumb number that I gave you. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here. But if you personally needed to continue on to grow your audience, you could add more demographics, interests, and behaviors here. Or you could also exclude certain groups of people, or you could narrow further. So I'm hoping you can see how powerful this saved audience tool is. You can literally find exactly who you want to target, which really leaves you zero excuse to go out there and find some customers. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hit create audience. And you see that it went ahead and added my new audience to my audience list here. And now I'm going to go ahead and create a local audience. So I'm going to go to create audience, saved audience. I'll call it local audience. I'm going to go quickly through it this time because I think you get the idea. So location, since this is local, let me delete out the United States and just go Chester, VA. And Chester, Virginia is where I live, so that's where I'm going to select my audience. Now you see my potential reach is currently 800,000, but that's very broad because I'm targeting basically everybody that lives in a 25-mile radius. Now I'm going to leave my age range and gender broad like this, but I'm going to start honing in on my targeting. So let's go ahead and select some demographics, interests, and/or behaviors. Hiking and camping, suggestions, go with outdoor enthusiasts, suggestions, outdoor recreation, suggestions, hiking equipment, suggestions, outdoor life, suggestions, backpacking and wilderness. Let's scroll up, see our audience size. And we're at 370,000 people, so that's actually a bit broader than I probably want to go. Again, I probably want to keep it around that 50,000 mark. So let me go ahead and delete out this outdoor recreation option because this could probably mean anything. Like any sort of outdoor recreation, maybe that's sports or walking through the park and not necessarily camping. So I'll delete this big broad topic. And let's scroll back up. I'm at 150,000 people. So let's go ahead and narrow just a little bit more. Suggestions, survivalism, suggestions, survival skills. So I'll do a bunch of survival type stuff. See what we come up with now. Moving on up. We got 14,000 people, so maybe I need to add a broader topic in here, like hiking, throw this in here, scroll on up, and I'm at 45,000 people, which is close to my 50,000 mark. And so I'm happy with that audience, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do create audience, and boom, I now have my local audience saved as well. And you might have noticed that the size is saying that it's only 20 people, but we know that it's closer to 45,000 people. Sometimes Facebook just miscounts the numbers over here, so don't worry about it. We know that there's more than 20 people in our particular audience. And there we go, we now have a couple of audiences that we can go ahead and reach out to. And we didn't have to have anything in place beforehand because Facebook gives us the tool to create whatever audience we want, which is pretty freaking awesome. Alright, so we just spent some time talking about audiences. In our particular example, we have a few email addresses, and then we also created 2 saved audiences, one for our national campaigns and one for local campaigns. And now we could begin to engage with our audiences. We could start sending emails, we could start placing ads in front of our audience, and trying to gauge interest. See what topics they're interested in, what products, what services, etc. And then once we know what they're interested in, we could place them inside of a micro sales funnel. And that's assuming that we have a micro sales funnel. Now, you don't necessarily need a quote-unquote micro sales funnel. You could send them to a sales page. So if you already have an e-commerce store or other sales pages, you could definitely engage with your audience and push them to those sales pages. That's perfectly fine as well. But if you want to take advantage of the benefits of micro sales funnels, like increasing average order size, then it makes some sense to go ahead and build out a micro sales funnel or 2. And that is exactly what we're going to do in this portion of the training. So as we've hit on before, there are many different types of micro sales funnels. You can use them for generating leads. You can have a front end funnel, a webinar funnel, a product launch funnel, an application funnel, etc. And really the point of a micro sales funnel is to sell a specific product or service. So you'll wind up having a micro sales funnel for each product, and there might be a couple products in the micro sales funnel, but the focus will be on one particular product. So if you have 10 products, you'll probably wind up with about 10 micro sales funnels. And then if you have 100 or 1,000 different products, well, you probably won't really create 100 or 1,000 micro sales funnels because that would be an insane amount of work. But you might really focus on creating 20, maybe 30 micro sales funnels that are wildly profitable. So again, typically the point of a micro sales funnel is to sell a specific product or service, but you could also use micro sales funnels to generate leads and applicants and survey results and stuff like that too. So there are a bunch of different micro sales funnel models that you can choose from depending on what you're trying to sell and who you're trying to sell it to. And I'm just going to run through a few diagrams very quickly. And we'll wind up focusing in on one micro sales funnel for this webinar. But if you want more information on these other models that I flash across the screen, please look below and I'll include links to blog posts that go into detail on the models that we don't cover in this training. So we do have a 2-step or lead gen funnel, which is perfect for generating leads. Then there are the classic sales page funnels, which is probably how like 98% of e-commerce stores function. Basically, you have a sales page and a person either buys a product or service or they don't. So I can pretty much guarantee you've seen this type of micro sales funnel before. You just might not have thought of it quite as a micro sales funnel, but it is. Then of course we could go ahead and merge the 2-step or lead gen funnel with the sales page. So that way you're collecting that contact information and then trying to sell them a product or service. And then we have the front end funnel, which is the funnel we're going to go into detail on during this training. So we will come back to it. Then we have webinar funnels used for selling more expensive products and services. Same thing with product launch funnels, also used to sell more expensive products and services. And then we have high-end funnels, which are used to get leads and applicants for like real expensive services or maybe mastermind groups. You know, the types of things that you want to talk to somebody before you take them on as a client, and they want to talk to you before they decide to give you a bunch of money. And then there are bridge funnels, which are used to help you sell products and services that you don't actually own. And basically you use this for selling affiliate products or maybe other opportunities like MLMs and stuff like that. So that might have seemed like a lot of information, and you might be wondering, well, which one do I choose? And so I put together this flowchart to help you figure out exactly what micro sales funnel you should build for the particular product or service that you're offering. And I'm not going to run through it right now because I don't want to give you so much information that your mind is just completely shot and you feel overwhelmed and everything. But I will link to the blog article below that explains this flowchart in great detail. But now you know that this type of thing exists, and if you do want more information, you can look at the links down below. And so the funnel we're going to focus on in this training is a front-end funnel, and that's because like 90% of businesses can take advantage of a front-end funnel. And if you can't take advantage of a front-end funnel, you might want to expand your product line just a tad to make it happen, because they're one of the best ways to get new customers into your business. So here's the front-end funnel diagram again. And I'm going to walk through it real quick, and then we're going to dive into each particular element in greater detail. So of course we need to send some traffic to our funnel, whether that's through our email list or advertising or our social media posts or some other way. We're sending people to an opt-in page, and here they're going to enter their contact information in exchange for something of value like a checklist or training or something along those lines. And then they land on our welcome and pre-sale page where we welcome them to our business, explain the lead magnet that they just requested, and then start pre-selling them on the product that's on the next page, which is our sales page where we're trying to sell a product, or it could even be a service. It doesn't completely matter, but usually it's kind of cheap, maybe $10 or less, just to get the individual to open their wallet. And it's meant to be a deal so good that no one would pass it up. So you really want to make sure that this is high value so people are willing to whip out their wallet and give you money. And then once they buy this front end product, they're greeted with OTO number 1. And OTO stands for one-time offer. And essentially what this is a one-click upsell. So if somebody lands on this page, they get the option to buy another product or not. And they can make that decision to buy another product or not with only one click. And if they click yes, I want to buy it, then their card is automatically charged whatever dollar value and it's added to their order. And if they click no, well, then their card won't be charged, but they'll be presented a downsell. And you usually use the downsell to try and sell OTO number 1 again. And you do this by incentivizing it with either bonuses, maybe you apply a discount, or maybe you break it up into a payment plan. So instead of spending $300 right here, they're only going to spend 3 payments of $100. And that might be more enticing for people to take you up on the offer. And then whether they buy the downsell or not, they're going to be shown OTO number 2. So another product or service that relates to the initial front end product that they purchased. And OTO number 2 is a one-click option as well. So they only have to click the button one time in order to add it to their order. And then they're brought to the order confirmation where they're done with their order, they can access it or whatever else you have on that page. And then throughout this front end funnel, you can use engagements, so emails, retargeting ads, text messages, Facebook messages, whatever type of engagement to help kind of pull people through the funnel. And you can pull them through various steps of the funnel. So if they opt in and then they don't buy your front end product, you can start engaging with them, showing them ads, sending them emails, etc., bringing them back to this front end product. They buy the front end product but they don't buy OTO number 1, you could go ahead and engage with them some more to try and sell OTO number 1, and same thing with OTO number 2 right here. And you can use all sorts of different engagements and retargeting ads to just pull people through the funnel and really increase conversion rates. Now another quick note, there is no like set front end funnel design that you have to use. Like you don't need to have an opt-in page and a welcome and pre-sale page. You could go straight traffic to sales page. That can work very well, especially if it's like, you know, a $5, $10 product right here, and it's a very high value and people just want it. So the opt-in and welcome and pre-sale pages aren't required by any means. And then based off of your OTO offers, you may only have 1 OTO, or you may have 3 OTOs, you may have 3 downsells, you may have 0 downsells. It really just depends on your products and services and how you're going to present them to your audience. So I just wanted to point that out real quick, that you don't have to have an opt-in page, a welcome and pre-sale page, a sales page. Well, you do need a sales page. An OTO you probably need in order for it to be considered a front-end funnel. Otherwise, it's just, you know, a sales page funnel. But the rest, OTO number 2 and a downsell, you don't necessarily need to have. And hopefully that's making some sense. Now, the goal of these front-end funnels are to bring in new customers at break-even or profit. Basically, you put $1 into this machine, into this funnel, and you're going to get at least that dollar back. Hopefully, you're going to get a little bit more, so you're profitable on this front-end funnel. So you put $1 in, you get at least that dollar back, plus you're getting a brand new customer, another person that trusts your business enough to give you money. And that is freaking huge. And that basically means that your new customer acquisition cost winds up being $0 because you have this front-end funnel that breaks even. And then your quote-unquote old or repeat customers wind up being pretty close to pure profit. Of course, you might have to put an email or an ad in front of them, which might cost some money, but it's typically a lot cheaper to sell somebody that's already bought something from you than it is to go out and get a brand new customer. So if you can get those new customers for $0 and then get them to buy from you again and again and again, boom, you are in business. So now you might be wondering, well, what the heck do I sell on this front-end funnel? And the answer is simple. You want to sell your top selling product. You want to sell something that is proven to sell, proven that people want that product. It's not necessarily the time to try out new, unproven products, unless you have several front-end funnels that are breaking even and bringing in new customers. But until you have several front-end funnels in place that are breaking even, don't go off experimenting and trying to launch new products and stuff like that. You want to just get one break-even front-end funnel. That is your #1 goal. And the best way to do that is to sell stuff you already know sells. So please just use what works already. I've seen too many people try and launch brand new products with the funnels, and then they get discouraged because the funnel's not working. And it's like, well, have you ever sold this product or service before? And they're like, no, I haven't. And it's like, well, then it's probably the product or service that's not working well, and it's not the funnel that's causing you issues. So again, go with something you already know sells. And now if you are new and you don't have any products or services yet, and therefore you don't have a top selling product, well then your #1 goal is to get a top selling product, whether it's through drop shipping, or you come up with a digital product of some sort, or you offer a productized service. Whatever you come up with, you need to get a working break-even front-end funnel. That is your #1 goal, okay? Now you might be saying to yourself, okay, makes sense. I need a micro sales funnel that breaks even. But how the heck do I build one of these things? Well, the best tool out there for building micro sales funnels is a tool called ClickFunnels, and you can use it to build all of your micro sales funnels. And a few things that make it so great is that it has a drag and drop page builder, which means you don't need to learn how to code or like develop websites. Basically, if you want a headline, you just add a headline. If you want a picture, you drag a picture onto your page and boom, there it is. If you decide you don't want that picture right where you have it, all you gotta do is drag it somewhere else, or you can delete it. So it's really easy to develop very beautiful and professional looking pages. But ClickFunnels also acts as a shopping cart. So this way you can take orders and payments, and it's designed to handle OTOs and one-click upsells and downsells and all that type of stuff. So ClickFunnels is a tool specifically designed to build micro sales funnels. And I'm gonna jump over to it real quick just to show you how it works. Alright, so this is the ClickFunnels page builder, and I just want to do a quick demonstration to show you how easy it is to build beautiful looking pages. So let's just get started. First, I'm going to add a new section. I'm going to go wide, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a new row. I'm just going to do a 1-column row, but there are many different options to choose from 1 to 6 columns. And now I'm going to go ahead and add a new element. And elements are things like images, headlines, forms, buttons, videos, lists, etc. Basically the things that make your page your page. So the first element I'm going to add is an image element, so that way I can add my logo to my page. And it plopped in a demo image. I just click on it, and I have the option to edit my image, so click here, and it pulls up my image library. I'm just gonna go find my logo real quick, and boom, I have my logo on the page. Now I might want to move it up just a tad so I can go ahead and edit my row, change my top padding, and I might as well change my bottom padding while I'm in here. I can go ahead and edit my section now, change that padding. So that moves my image up a bit more. And there we go, now I have my logo at the top of the screen, so let's go ahead and add in a headline now. So new element, headline, and then we can change our headline to say whatever we want. And I came up with a super awesome headline for product. We can go ahead and resize it, click this little gear, make it bigger so it looks nice and big and bold. All right, that looks good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and move it up a little bit by adjusting the top margin, just like that. And I think that looks awesome, so I'm going to click out of there. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a subheadline. And to do that, I'm just going to clone this one headline element, just so I don't have to go searching through all the elements again. And then I'll go ahead and write my subheadline. And I came up with super awesome headline for product. And I don't want it bold, so I'll unbold this one. Let's go ahead and change the font size of it as well. Shrink it down a bit so people can see that it is a subheadline. And I also want to change the font family, so I'll just click up here, change it to Open Sans, and I'm going to change the color of it, make it a lighter gray, remove some of the margin, and I'm thinking that looks pretty good, so I'm going to leave that as it is. Now I want to go ahead and add a video of my product as well as an order form. And so to do that, I'm going to add a 2-column row. So I'm just going to come up here to rows, add row, 2-column, drag it on in here. And boom, I have a 2-column row. So on the left-hand side, I'm going to go ahead and add a video. So add new element, scroll on down. Here's the video element. And I want to assign a video for this, so I'll click on it. And we have different video types, so we can custom embed, or we can pull videos from YouTube, Vimeo, Wistia, Easy Video Suite, and HTML5 video. This video is going to be from YouTube, so just select this option. And all we got to do is paste in our YouTube URL, just like that. And then we have the option to turn on autoplay, so that way when the page first pops on, the video starts playing. I'm going to leave that off for now. We have the option to show controls or not, branding, the option to block pause or not. We have different themes we can assign around our video, and then we have advanced settings, so we can change the width of the video and have it sticky on scroll and all sorts of different stuff. I don't want to go into too much detail here, but I just want to show you that there are a ton of different features and elements and things you can change to really customize the page to suit your particular needs. So we have our video here. I'm going to go ahead and change the padding a little bit around my 2-column row just to make it match up. I want to go ahead and resize my columns. So I just drag it on over and boom, my columns are resized. And in this right hand column, I want to go ahead and insert an order form. So I'll just do add new element and I'll go 2-step order. And just like that, I'm able to collect contact information and payment information. And of course, I can customize this form as well. Like I can change the font family. I could change my button color here. I can see what step 2 looks like versus step 1. And then I can show all the various step 1 settings and show all the various step 2 settings and really customize this form to take in whatever information I need. So that is really awesome. Now I want to go ahead and add some text below my video. So let's go ahead and clone this headline element, drag it on over here, and I want to add in a quote. So I'll just copy and paste some text, italicize it, put some quote marks around it, go ahead and resize it a little bit, add some margin. Boom, I have some pretty text underneath my video. Now let's say I want to add an image below this text. So add new element, and we'll select the image element. We got our demo image, so I'll pop this up, go into my library and find my image. And just like that, I have a nice pretty arrow point to my order form to draw the eyes. So moving on just a little bit more, let's go ahead and add in a new section. We'll go full width this time. And I want to change the background color of this section. I want to go ahead and make it a dark color. So just come in here, background color, go ahead and select this dark one, and I think that looks good. So then I'll add a new row. We'll go 1-column row, and then I want to add a headline in here. So I'm just going to come up here and actually clone my one headline and drag it on in here, drop it. I'm going to change it to white, so do that real quick. White, change my margin, change my margin of my column, or the padding of my column, change the padding of my section, make it nice and tight. I think that's looking good. Change what the headline says, so what people are saying. Let's go ahead and shrink the font just a tad, shrink it down. That looks good like that. I'm happy with it. And then I can add another section, full width, and I can continue on down building my page. But for the sake of time and everything, I'm just going to click save real quick and then preview, and you'll see that my final product, my final page, looks exactly like the page does within the editor. So what you see right here is what you get out the other end, and ultimately I wind up with a beautiful looking sales page that looks like this, with a whole bunch of different sections and rows and elements and everything you need in order to present your offer in a nice, beautiful way. And if I haven't mentioned this yet, you can get this entire sales funnel in a link down below, and it actually contains all of the pages that I have in this diagram right here. We got our opt-in, welcome and pre-sale, sales page, which we just built, the OTO pages, downsell and order confirmation pages. So you can see those pages are all available right here. So it's a 7-page funnel that you can get for free. Just click the link down below. And of course you do need a ClickFunnels account to pull this funnel into, but you can get the funnel for free and just pull it into your account, and you could have a front-end micro sales funnel built in like no time, because I did a lot of the heavy lifting for you. And so that's just a brief demo of the ClickFunnels page builder. Let's head back over to the slides and dissect what goes into each one of these pages. Alright, so let's go through each page of this funnel, and I'm going to talk you through what should go on each page. So the first page in the funnel is this opt-in or squeeze page, and it's used to capture contact information so that way you can more easily follow up with your leads and prospects. And typically on this page, you're going to offer something of value in exchange for the contact information. And this thing of value is typically called a lead magnet. And this could be something like a discount or a coupon, a checklist, a flowchart, a framework, some video training, kind of like you opted in for this training that you're receiving right now. It could be a mind map, it could be an ebook, it could be a contest or raffle entry, it could be a free trial. You know, just something of value that somebody would give you their contact information in order to get access to. And this right here is a squeeze page that's included with the funnel that I'm giving to you for free. And this layout is my top converting layout. So if you're not getting good results with it, it's probably because nobody wants your particular lead magnet. So you might need to change the headline around or the subheadline and reframe it another way, or just swap out your lead magnet altogether. So no big deal, but this is what the page looks like. Pretty simple and self-explanatory. So after somebody opts in for a lead magnet, they're brought to a welcome and pre-sale page, which is the next page in our funnel. And really the main point of this welcome and pre-sale page is to establish yourself as an authority in your lead's mind. Because 9 times out of 10, even though they just requested your lead magnet, they're not actually going to like download it and consume it. So they're never actually going to really see what you have to offer. But when you add in this welcome and pre-sale page, you basically like force people to get to know who you are. And hopefully that way they'll remember you for later on. So on this welcome and pre-sale page, you typically have a video, and in the video, or at least on the page, you probably want to congratulate them on downloading the lead magnet or requesting the lead magnet. Tell them they're part of an elite few that have taken steps to improve their life for whatever benefit your lead magnet delivers. Then you'll want to introduce yourself and or your business, and then take a few minutes to walk them through the lead magnet, which again marks you as the authority and kind of establishes yourself and your brand and your company in their mind. And then you might want to answer a few frequently asked questions about the lead magnet, like what to do next with it. And then you want to go ahead and bridge the gap between the lead magnet that they just requested and your product or service that's on the next page, so the product or service that you're selling on your sales page. And finally, you want to give them a clear call to action or CTA, and that means you want to tell them what to do next, which is typically something like click the button below. So that way they know exactly what they're supposed to do next. And this right here is the welcome and pre-sale page that I'm giving you in the front-end micro sales funnel down below as part of this training. So we start off by telling them to check their email because we're sending you the lead magnet you just requested. We have our video here which goes over those points that I just discussed on the slide. You can also reiterate the points down below in text, so if they don't want to watch the video or they're on their phone or they're at work and they can't watch the video, they'll still get an idea of what you just talked about in the video. And then we have our button down here which will take them to the sales page. And this is the button that we're going to call out in our CTA. So when we say click the button down below, this is the button we're talking about. And again, this is what takes them to the sales page. Alright, so I addressed this before. You don't necessarily need an opt-in or squeeze page and a welcome and pre-sale page, especially if your front-end product here is pretty cheap, like under 10 bucks, and it is of high value, so something that people actually want. You probably don't need these 2 pages, but you can try them. Maybe it does increase conversions, maybe it doesn't. So again, these are optional based upon what you actually need. So moving on to the next page in our funnel, which is our sales page right here. And typically on the sales page, you're going to sell your core offer or your best-selling product or service. And as I already said, you want to sell a proven seller because the #1 goal is to get a break-even front-end funnel. Because once you can start acquiring customers for free, like you're going to be in business forever. Well, maybe not forever, but you get the idea. You got to get that front-end funnel break even and working ASAP. And the best way to do that is to use a product that you know people buy. Now, a couple things to note with this initial product offer. With warm traffic, price probably doesn't matter as much. They already know who you are, and especially if they're already a customer, they've already given you money. So unless you did a bad job on delivering last time, I mean, they're probably pretty comfortable buying from you again. So you could stick like a $50, $100, $200 product right here on the front end. However, when it comes to cold traffic, people that don't know who you are, might not even know that they have a problem really, might not know your product exists, might not know that they need your product. I mean, if you put some $50, $100, $200 product in front of them, they're going to be like, okay, I don't know these people, I don't know what this is, this seems like a lot of money, and so they'll likely backtrack. So price does matter a lot more with cold traffic. Now that's not to say you can't sell more expensive products to cold traffic, but it's just a lot harder to do. So if you have a front end product or core offer that's like $15 or more and you're trying to sell it to cold traffic, I would likely pick a different front end product, something that's under that $10 mark. And again, you want it priced so well and to be of so much value that they'd be an idiot not to buy it. And you might lose money right here because you're just trying to get as many people to open their wallets and whip out their credit cards and buy from you. So that way they can see your OTOs and get into your business where you can show them a lot more products and services and stuff. So typically on this sales page and with these front end offers, when you're showing them to cold traffic, you'll probably want to do like a free plus shipping offer. So the product itself is free. All they got to do is cover the $4.95 shipping and handling, or you want to offer a crazy discount like 50, 80, 90% off. Again, make it such a good deal that it's like impossible to resist not buying it, because you got to get them to open their wallet so that way they can give you more money when you show them the other products that you have to offer. So a few common elements of a successful sales page are that you need to have a headline and a subheadline, and you really got to capture their attention with these two headlines. You'll likely have some images and videos of the products, success stories, customers, etc. You're going to have some sales copy and feature benefit bullets. You probably want to include some testimonials and some social proof to show people that they're not the only ones buying this product. You also might want to include an about the business if it's applicable to the product or service that you're selling. You might also want to include a frequently asked questions section, especially if it's something a little more complex and people might have questions about it. You also probably want to offer a guarantee. So if the product isn't as expected or it breaks, can I get my money back? I want to know that. And then you also probably want to include some bonuses. So these can be something simple like a little digital resource that you just send in an email after they buy it, but it still increases the perceived value of the product on your sales page. So as much as possible, I recommend including different bonuses on your sales page to make it even more of a no-brainer to buy it. And then you also want several calls to action strewn throughout the page that are urging them to go to the order form and check out. And this is the sales page included with the funnel that I'm including with this training that you can access for free down below. And we've already gone over it, so I'm just gonna scroll through it real quick. As you'll notice, I have different elements strewn about, like I have our testimonials, I have features and benefits bullets, I have about the company creator, I have a frequently asked questions section, I have our guarantee here, I have calls to action strewn throughout the page that bring people back up to the order form, and I have a video of the product, I have my headline, subheadline, etc. So this page comes stocked with all the appropriate elements, and all you have to do is make them match your particular offer. So the next page in our funnel is the OTO page, and OTO 1 and OTO 2 have the same exact strategy, you're just switching out the products that you're offering. So what I'm about to cover with you on this slide covers any OTOs you might offer. So OTO number 1 here might be your core offer, especially if you used a cheaper product on the front end here just to get people in the door, and what you really want to sell is your core offer, your OTO number 1. So this might be the $50, $100, $200 product that you couldn't sell to that cold traffic. So remember, you got them warmed up by giving them an offer too good to refuse. Now they're all warmed up, they've given you some money, and now you can present what you actually want to sell right here on OTO number 1. So you could have your core offer here, but if you did have your core offer here, so you're selling a warm traffic, or the product you wanted to sell is nice and cheap and people really want it, well then OTO number 1 here could just be a complimentary product or service. Basically, it'll be the next step after they purchase what they purchased on your sales page here. So that should make some sense, right? You sell something that goes along with what they just bought. And just some ideas of what you could sell as an OTO are a single product or service. So that's simple enough. You could bundle a bunch of different products together to create something of more value, so you could charge more money here. You could offer a digital asset, so maybe some training, a course, an ebook, something like that. Or you could offer like a continuity or subscription program here and start racking in some recurring payments. So you could have that as an OTO. You could have a profit maximizer, so you could have like $1,000 big ticket item as an OTO, maybe like personalized coaching if that's something you offer. Or like our example with our adventure store, we have our week-long adventure tours. We could slap that in there as an OTO. Not that it'll like fly off the shelves or anything like that, but it could at least introduce people to the offer, so then they know that we have this week-long adventure tour. And so when we show it to them again a few weeks down the road, they're already like, oh yeah, they do have this super awesome adventure tour. Maybe I'll sign up for it. So there are a bunch of different options for these OTOs. Just make sure it like complements what they initially purchased, or it's at least something else that they would want. Now typically on these OTO pages, you'll have a 3 to 5 minute video Videos tend to work much better on OTO pages than text, and keeping the video short is best, and 3 to 5 minutes seems to be like the perfect range to keep people engaged and get enough information in front of them to be able to make a decision. So in this video, you'll confirm their initial purchase, be like, hey, congratulations on buying this product. You made the right choice. It's going to help you do X, Y, and Z and just improve your life. Then you want to go ahead and introduce your OTO as a special offer that enhances their initial purchase. And you might want to emphasize the fact that this is a one-time offer and that it's not for everyone. It's only for the people that have purchased that front-end product. So that kind of gives it like this exclusive feeling. Then of course you want to list out how OTO product will help them, so the benefits of it. And you want to give them a call to action, so click the button below to add the OTO to your order, and hopefully they go click the button. But if they don't, you're going to keep talking, you're going to give them more reasons to buy your OTO. So if you have a guarantee for your OTO, you want to go ahead and mention that right now. You'd also want to include any sort of reviews or testimonials of that product or service that you're offering as your OTO. And then you want to give a final call to action to go click that button and add the product to their order. And this is what the OTO page looks like in the funnel that I give you as part of this training. So we start off with notice you have successfully purchased X, so that initial product. However, your order is not complete. Please check out this exclusive offer. We have a headline, sub-headline. We have our 3 to 5 minute video, which goes over all the points I just addressed in that previous slide. And then we might have some bullets down here, which emphasize the key points that we addressed in the video. We have this big old button here, which is that one-click upsell button, and it allows them to add OTO number 1 to their order with one click. And then if they don't want to add it, they can click here to say no thanks, and they'll turn down the deal and go to a downsell page. And then this is the page that I have for OTO number 2. As you can see, the layout's the same, but the colors and everything are different. And the reason I did this is so that way it stands out and people understand that this is something different. This is a different offer. Because if the page looked the same, they might not realize that you're doing something different here. So I just wanted to show it to you real quick to show you that it's some different colors. Alright, so the next page in our funnel is a downsell page, and they'll land on this page if they say no to our one-click upsell or our OTO page. And for some ideas on things you can offer on this page, well, you could offer a discount on the OTO number 1 offer that they just turned down. And offering a discount can work incredibly well. However, bear in mind your margins, like you don't want to cut them too close, as well as how you want to be perceived. So when you offer a discount to somebody that says no to you the first time, do you kind of want to reward them for saying no? And then you're kind of training people to say no because they know if they say no, then you're going to offer them a discount the next time. So I caution you to be careful if you want to use discounts on your downsells, and I recommend finding another way like adding a bonus. So you could add another product to the OTO 1 offer. Could be a physical product or a digital product, just something to sweeten the deal. But again, there's kind of a catch-22 situation here because like the discount, you're kind of training people to say no. So they're going to learn that if they say no, you're going to offer them a bonus. So you do got to be a little careful here as well. Another option is to offer a lesser version. So could you make your OTO 1 simpler? Could you remove a piece or a section or a part out of it? Or could you offer an entirely different product? However, one that accomplishes the same overall objective. For example, we could have this high-end $100 knife as OTO number 1, but if they say no, we could offer them a cheaper, say $30 knife or something like that as the downsell. So that could be an option for you. Another option could be to just offer a payment plan. So if your OTO number 1's expensive, maybe people don't want to spend $200, $300 right away. But if you break it into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 payments, they might be more inclined to take you up on your offer. So could you offer a payment plan for your downsell? And then sometimes just asking, are you sure, is good enough. So are you sure you don't want OTO number 1? You're never going to see this offer again. It is limited time, exclusive, private, etc. Are you sure you want to miss out on this opportunity? And sometimes just giving people that second time to think about it is enough to convince them to buy. And this right here is the downsell page included with the funnel that's included with the training, and it's that are you sure question. So are you sure? And you want to give them a statement about how they shouldn't turn down your OTO number 1, and then they have the option to take it or they can still decline to take your offer. Alright, so finally they wind up on your order confirmation page, and on this page you want to congratulate them for placing their order. You want to go ahead and show them the products and or services that they ordered, and if possible you want to provide links to those products and services so that way they can go ahead and access them right away. You also want to tell people how they can get help or support if they have any sort of issues or questions. or maybe they realize that they entered their address in incorrectly and they need to update it, so you want to give them a way to get in touch with you. And then typically on an order confirmation page, you'll want to include an offer wall. And this is just a couple of links to other micro sales funnels you have that offer products that complement what they just purchased. And I'll show you exactly what I mean in just a second here. So here's an order confirmation page included with the funnel that's included with the training. Again, we're congratulating them for completing their purchase, and we're giving them their order information. This will auto-populate with whatever they purchased, so the product and then the price they paid. Then we tell them how to get in touch with us if they need any help. And then right here is our quote-unquote offer wall. And all it is basically recommending other products or services that they might be interested in, and including a link to those other micro sales funnels. And hopefully they go to these other micro sales funnels, buy more products and everything, and increase their customer lifetime value. Alright, so for our Adventure Store front end funnel, we're going to be giving away a lead magnet that includes the ultimate camping pack list. Our front end product will be a free plus shipping offer, and it's going to be for 3 meal replacement bars. Our OTO1 is our core offer, which is the product we actually want to sell, and it is our sleep system. And if they turn that down, we're just going to offer them just the sleeping bag, so no mat and no waterproof bag or anything like that, just the sleeping bag. And then our OTO number 2 is a tent. And I'm hoping that you see how all these products align. So if somebody opts in for a lead magnet about camping and a camping packing list, well then they're probably interested in going packing. Our front end product here are 3 meal replacement bars, and they get them for free. All they got to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. And so if somebody's going camping, they might want these meal replacement bars as backup, because you never know what might happen out there. So this is something people are going to want. And then if they're going camping, they likely need a sleep system or a sleeping bag and or a tent even. So that's going to be our front end funnel for our Adventure Store. And I want you to take a minute to think about how you can do something similar here. So could you offer a lead magnet to collect contact information? Then could you come up with a simple welcome and pre-sale message to sell a front end product, in particular a proven product that you already know sells well? Then can you come up with a few complementary products that enhance that initial product that they purchase? Can you visualize how this could fit into your business? I'm really hoping your wheels are spinning and you're starting to get some good ideas here. And again, if you're a brand new and you don't have any products or services, or maybe you aren't brand new but you might not really have like products or services for a front end funnel, I do have a link to some training down below on how to come up with products either through drop shipping or private label rights or productized services. So there's going to be something out there so that way you can do something similar. So we just covered building one front-end micro sales funnel, which is awesome, but over time we will likely build other micro sales funnels to sell other products and services that we offer. So let's just say over time we've gone out and we've built 10 front-end funnels, you know, those break-even funnels where you can get customers for free, and then maybe we have a couple webinar funnels that we're using to sell our digital training programs. We've developed a couple high-end funnels for our week-long adventure tours. And then we've also developed a couple local two-step or lead gen funnels to get foot traffic and get people into our physical business. But I do want you to remember the initial goal here, and that is to get one break-even funnel first. Like, don't go out there and build 10 crappy front-end funnels that don't convert, because that's not going to do you much good. Focus on getting one break-even funnel, and once you get that one break-even funnel, then you can build another break-even funnel, and another, and another, and another, with the desired end state to have a slew of working micro sales funnels. Keyword being working micro sales funnels. Again, don't build 10, 20, 30 random funnels that don't perform. Lock in that one, then build another one that works, then another one that works, and so on. Alright, so we have an audience of people that we can go ahead and engage with, so that way we can see what they're interested in and then place them in a micro sales funnel. And we just went through the process of setting up a front end micro sales funnel that hopefully breaks even and generates you customers for free. So now let's spend a little bit of time talking about these engagements and what are we going to be sending people to start seeing what they're interested in. And as a reminder, engagements just means how you're engaging with your customer. You can engage with them through email, through ads, through text messages, through phone calls, through direct mail, through Facebook Messenger, in person, and there's just a bunch of different ways that you could actually get in touch with your customer. It just depends on what type of contact information you might have on them. And in our particular example, we have a small email list of customers, and then we also have our saved audiences that we created in Facebook, so we could place ads in front of our audience. audience. But now, how do we know what to put in front of people? And so to make your life easier, there are several patterns you can follow to help you present your content. And the first main series pattern is the 3E pattern. And the 3E stand for entertain, educate, and earn. And each one of your engagements should have at least one of those E's present, if not more. So you want to be entertaining, educational, and then you want to earn some money at the end of the day. So some of these engagements should have the focus of earning you that money. So always keep those 3 E's in the back of your mind: entertain, educate, and earn. And then there's the weekly pushes pattern, which for 1 week you are focused on promoting a single topic, product, service, idea, concept, opportunity. And then the next week you're focused on another topic, product, service, etc. And we're going to go over this weekly pushes pattern in great detail in just a few minutes because it's one of my favorite patterns and it's easy to understand and apply. And then there's the story-based series, and these type of engagements are more entertaining than anything else, with subtle calls to action to make a purchase or perform some kind of action. And you can think of the story-based series like a television series. For example, Game of Thrones, where you watch episode 1, you learn about a few characters, and it opens up a whole bunch of different storylines, and it winds up leaving you with some cliffhangers. So then you can't wait until episode 2. You'll watch episode 2, and you get the answer to some of those cliffhangers, but then some more storylines develop, and you're left with some more cliffhangers at the end of episode 2. So then you tune into episode 3, where the story develops even more cliffhangers, and before you know it, you spent 2 solid days of your life watching a TV show. And that's kind of the idea behind these story-based series. You just keep opening and closing loops, which keeps people hanging on to the edge of their seat for their next piece of content they're going to give to them. And then there's a long course pattern, and basically with this, you're going to teach someone something over a long period of time, and you can kind of think of it like a master class. It's just dripped to them in small segments, and it keeps people moving along and keeps you in touch with them. But like I said, we're going to take a deep dive into this weekly pushes framework because it's easy to understand, it's easy to do, and it works with every single business model that I can think of. And again, this framework, you're going to spend 1 week promoting a single product or micro sales funnel. So step 1 is picking a product or micro sales funnel to promote. And then you're going to follow the pattern 3 and 2. Basically that means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So that's when you're going to present your audience with that content. And so the first engagement should be kind of fun, maybe like a personal or customer story, or maybe a testimonial, or just an experience that someone has had with your product or your service or your business, or just in general. And then engagement 2 is just a direct promotion of the product or the micro sales funnel that you're focused on for that week. Engagements 3 and 4, you want to go ahead and share valuable, entertaining, educational content on the topic of your product or your service, your micro sales funnel in general. And then with engagement 5, you want to share either more content or maybe just do another direct promotion of the product or service or micro sales funnel that you are promoting that week. And I'm about to run through an example, so if you're kind of confused right now, don't worry, we'll clear things up in just a few minutes. But first, you might be wondering, how the heck do I come up with all this content? Because it looks like a lot of stuff. So let's talk about it real quick. Now, in an ideal scenario, you will have a business blog where you have your own content and links interspersed to your micro sales funnels throughout the content that you have. So that's the ideal scenario. You share your own content, but I know that a lot of people and businesses just don't have like the time to create a ton of content, which is why you can also use other people's content. There's no reason why you can't share somebody else's blog post or video, especially if it's going to be helpful to your audience. And by setting things up the right way, you'll still be able to link back and connect your funnels and your offers to these other people's content. So a couple tools to connect your funnels to other people's content are Sniply. And basically what this tool does is allows you to add a little blurb over a page, and you can include a link back to your funnel within that little blurb. And this is what it looks like. So we found this blog article that we think is really helpful and that our audience will like: how to pack a backpack. And in using Sniply, we can add this little box down here in the bottom left hand corner, and they have several other different themes or styles you could use as well. So if you don't quite like the look of it, you can change it. But as you'll see, you have your logo right here for your business, you have your business name right here, and then we have our message: we're giving away meal replacement bars for free. Click here to get yours. They click this link, they're brought to the funnel. As they scroll down the article, your link to your funnel stays right there in view. So that way, even though you're sharing somebody else's blog and content, you have your ad essentially running right here on their page, bringing people straight into your micro sales funnel. And then you could also take advantage of like any video on YouTube. And what you could do here is embed a YouTube video on a free blog service like Medium or Tumblr or your own website for that matter. And you'll just embed the YouTube video, maybe write a little blurb about how it's going to help your audience, and then include links on that page over to your micro sales funnel. And so this right here is what it could look like if you're using Medium. I just have the video embedded right here. It's not my video, it's somebody else's, but you're allowed to embed YouTube videos pretty much anywhere. So that way you can take advantage of other people's content. And then here's the little blurb to help my audience. And then here's the link to my micro sales funnel. And in doing this, you don't have to create any content. You just have to find a good, helpful video for your audience, post it on a blog service, whether it's a free one like Medium or Tumblr or WordPress.com or one you own. And then you can write a little blurb to help your audience, but you definitely don't have to write this blurb. So you could literally just post a video and then a link to your micro sales funnel. And then you would share this link right here with your audience. So I'm hoping you can see how easy it is to find content to use. There should be zero reasons why you can't come up with enough content to share with your audience, because the internet is littered with content. And by using tools like Sniply and by embedding videos onto different blog services, you're able to take advantage of other people's content while still sharing your message. Alright, so we have a framework and strategy for promoting our products, and we're going to be following this weekly pushes pattern. And we have all the content in the world because we're able to take advantage of other people's content. And now we need to go about putting it all together, which brings me to the second tool you need to master, and that is ActiveCampaign, and it is the best marketing automation tool. And I want to hop over to ActiveCampaign real quick just to show you how easy it is to use. Alright, so this is ActiveCampaign. I'm just going to build a little simple automation just to show you how easy it is to create email and text message automations. So first things first, how will a contact enter our automation? We'll just go with when they subscribe to a list, and which list, any list, or we can select a specific list, add start. And now it's telling us to name our automation. Simple enough. I'm just going to call it Webinar Example Automation. Alright, now what do we want to do when somebody subscribes to our list? Let's click this plus button and see what our options are. So we can send them an email, send them a text message, or we can notify someone. So basically send ourselves an email letting us know somebody subscribed to our list. Then we have several conditions and workflow options and various contact options that we can take advantage of. But what I want to do is go ahead and send them a welcome email. So I'll just do send email, and we don't have any emails to send. You can create an email to get started. So let's do that. Now we need to name our email, and this is not visible to contacts, so this is how you can keep your own emails organized. And I'm going to call it Webinar Example Automation Email 1. So the name of my automation, and then it's just the first email in that automation. Hit create. And now we can go ahead and choose from one of their pre-created templates, or use one of our own templates that we've created previously, or even build one from scratch. And I'm just going to use one of their pre-built ones. I'm going to use this personal email design. So use this design. And now it wants to know my sender details, so I can enter my from name and from email address, and then the subject. And of course, you can always change this content later, so it's not a super big deal to get it right now. But I'm just going to call this Welcome to My List. All right, hit continue. And this is the email designer / editor, and it is a WYSIWYG editor, or what you see is what you get editor, just like the ClickFunnels page builder. And that means that it is drag and drop. You don't need to know any sort of coding or anything like that. Like, anyone can use it. And so let's say that I want to go ahead and add an image to my email. I just come over here to the right hand side under blocks, and we have the option for image. Just drag it where I want to place it, and boom, I have a placeholder image. If I click on it, it pops up my image manager, and I'll see any images that I've already uploaded, or I can go ahead and add a new image to upload something new. Let's say I want this one right here. All right. I could go ahead and center it. I could go ahead and add a link to the image, add some SEO info. I could change the block settings, so if I want this to be like a red background, I can do that, no problem. I can come up here to this text option, click the little gear icon. I could duplicate this content block, and then maybe I want to drag it down here. And I could, of course, go ahead and just enter whatever text I want right here. Whatever text I want. I could resize the text. I could change the font family. I could bold, italicize, center, align right, hit this little drop down over here and I have even more options. Like I could bullet it and let me align it back left so it looks okay. I could strike through, and it's just real easy to customize your emails in a way that makes sense for you. And for the sake of an example, let's go ahead and link this right here. So we'd pretend like we linked this to a micro sales funnel. So let me throw in a link. Got my link in here, gonna hit OK, hit next. I have a few different settings I can go ahead and adjust on this campaign summary slide, but I'm not going to go into detail right now because this is just a brief overview of ActiveCampaign and not a full-on ActiveCampaign training course. So we'll just hit finish. Alright, so as soon as somebody subscribes to our list, Crazy Eye Marketing, they're going to receive email number 1. Now what do we want to do? Well, let's go ahead and wait a day. So come in here, go to Conditions and Workflow, and we're going to wait. So wait for a specified period of time or until specific conditions are met. Let's go with time, 1 day. But you see there are other options in here as well. Hit save. So now after 1 day, what do we want to do? Do you want to send them another email or do we want to check on something? Well, I want to check and see if they actually clicked the link in that first email I sent them. So let's go ahead, click the plus button. We'll do an if-else statement now. And we're going to go ahead and select our condition. So click here, and what we're looking for is has clicked on a link. And any campaign, no, not any campaign, but our webinar example automation, email number 1 right here. And then which link in this email, and we've got our link to our micro sales funnel. So we want to see if the individual has clicked on the link in the previous email. So okay. So here we go. Does contact match the following conditions? Has clicked a link, and then it has the link to our micro sales funnel. So yes, they've clicked that link, or no, they didn't click the link. And so based upon if they've clicked the link or not, we could send a different email or a different call to action and really give people a customized path to follow based on how they're interacting with our content. And that's all I really wanted to show you in this demo. Hopefully I conveyed the fact that it's really easy to create custom automations and send beautiful looking emails within ActiveCampaign. And I just find it to be a really user-friendly tool and by far the best marketing automation tool that I've come across. So let's head back over to the slides and continue talking about the weekly pushes main series pattern. Let's take a few minutes now and talk about email content, because at some point in time you will likely be sending emails to members of your audience. And I know a lot of people really kind of struggle to come up with email content, even though they have like the weekly pushes main series pattern and they have all the content in the world. They still kind of struggle to come up with a email to send to their list to get people to view their content. So let's talk about that. Now, I don't want you to overcomplicate this process. It is freaking easy. Your main series emails, the one where you're trying to gauge interest, should be no more than 5 sentences with one clear call to action. And your number one goal of these main series emails is to sell the click. You want them to click over to your content or click over to your micro sales funnel. You want to get them out of their email inbox and onto your website or your content. That's your number one goal of emails, to get them out of their inbox and looking at your stuff online. And that is it. So typically no more than 5 sentences with one clear call to action. And you got to remember, people are checking their emails on their phone. They're not going to sit there and read some long freaking email. So just get straight to the point and get them to click on the link to learn more. And of course, you want to be a normal human being sending an email to another human being. Please don't go out there and get all weird and try and mind hack or incept or whatever. Okay? You really don't have to get super fancy with this stuff. So please don't stress yourself out and think you have to go out there and learn all sorts of copywriting tricks and hacks and everything. You don't need to. Be a normal human being sending an email to another human being. Be short, sweet, and to the point, and have a clear call to action. So let's run through some examples real quick. So here's example 1, and it's a personal story type email, just like the first email that I recommend sending in that weekly pushes framework. So subject line, the time my camp was ransacked. And then the content, so there I was, staring down at my empty backpack, food wrapper strewn about, marked by vicious teeth marks. What happened? Asked my wife. Apparently there are some wild animals that love PB&Js, was my reply. She wasn't happy. This was her first time camping, and within the first 6 hours, we'd lost all our food. Fortunately, I had a few meal replacement bars in my car and we survived the night. Lesson learned, don't leave your food where animals can get to it. Have you ever made such a newbie mistake? Reply with your story to Safe Camping Nathan. And of course, I linked this meal replacement bars phrase to my micro sales funnel that's offering 3 free meal replacement bars. And as you can see, I'm not selling anything in this email. It's just a little short story and a really subtle call to action with a link to the meal replacement bars. So that's an example of a personal story. Here's example 2, so a content type email. Subject, ever struggled to pack your backpack? Hey, first name, I just read an article on how to most effectively pack your backpack that I think you'll enjoy. I particularly like the part about weight distribution. It's something I don't really think about. I just try and make sure it all fits. Click here to read the article. Enjoy, Nathan. And so I have two links in this email. Both would be Sniply links to that one blog article on somebody else's website about how to effectively pack a backpack. And then since it's a Sniply link, I have that little blurb in the bottom left-hand corner with the call to action to go get 3 free meal replacement bars. And you see that this email is really short and took no time at all to write. Here's another example of a content email. So subject, video. Could you start a fire with just sticks? Hiya, first name. It could happen, right? You're stranded outside and need to start a fire to stay warm, cook your food, signal for help, etc., but you have no tools to help you. Fortunately, you don't need tools because you watch this video and, I misspelled and know how to make a fire by rubbing sticks together. And then I just have a screenshot of the video and it says, enjoy, Nathan, and then I have a PS line. Click here to get 3 free meal replacement bars. No fire required. So there's a subtle call to action to visit my micro sales funnel, but then this link right here to this video and then the image itself links over to that Medium blog post that I have where I've embedded the video and wrote in that little blurb and have that call to action over to my micro sales funnel. So again, you can see that this is a short little email and I'm just bringing people over to my blog post that has somebody else's video embedded on it, and then I also have links to my micro sales funnel in the email and on the page with the video. And here's another example of a promotion email. So subject, free meal replacement bars. Just cover shipping and handling. Hi, first name. This week only, we're giving away 3 of our top selling gluten-free organic paleo meal replacement bars for free. All we ask is you cover the shipping and handling costs. Click here to get your free meal replacement bars. Enjoy, Nathan. Boom, simple, straightforward. Who wouldn't want free meal replacement bars? And as a side note, these 4 example emails that I wrote took about 10 minutes. And if you want to include the time it took me to find content and create the Sniply link and the Medium blog post, we're looking at about 20 minutes for a week's worth of content. It really is that simple and it works, so please don't overcomplicate it and you're going to be perfectly fine. Alright, so for the last 10, maybe 20 minutes, we were talking primarily about email engagements. However, you could share that same content via ads and text messages and Facebook Messenger and just in general, social media posts. So you can post the content to your Facebook page, your Twitter, your Instagram, whatever platforms you're using to engage with your audience. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel for every single platform you're using. Use the same exact content that you've already put together, follow the same main series pattern like the weekly pushes pattern, and get your content in front of your audience so that way you can see what they're interested in. And again, we're gauging interest based off of somebody registers, clicks a link, views a page, visits your store, purchases a product, calls you, replies to an email, fills out a survey, etc. And when we know when somebody's interested in something, we're placing them in our micro sales funnel. So in our example, we just sent 4 emails to our list, all with links over to our micro sales funnel that offers our 3 free meal replacement bars. And hopefully they buy the meal replacement bars and then are presented with our sleep system and are offered our downsell if they don't take the sleep system, and then are shown our tent, and they just go through our micro sales funnel that we've set up. Also, when they're in our micro sales funnel where we're trying to sell them those meal replacement bars, we can go ahead and pause the main series so they're not receiving any more interest gauging emails, and we're going to spend all our time, energy, and focus on selling those meal replacement bars, that sleep system, the sleeping bag, and the tent. So again, we can pause this main series and focus only on our micro sales funnel. And as I'm sure you've noticed, these micro sales funnels tend to have their own engagements and automations and retargeting ads of their own. So in addition to these interest gauging engagements, we also have engagements within the micro sales funnels that are pulling people through the micro sales funnel. So I'm going to spend just a couple minutes talking about these micro sales funnel engagements. And again, they're used to help pull the customer through the funnel. And we could spend a long time talking about these engagements as well. However, in the interest of time, I've gone ahead and included several fill in the blank templates down below for you to use. Like I have a welcome series down below, and this is typically used after somebody opts in for a lead magnet and you start to welcome them to your business and you start promoting that front end product. So that's your welcome series right there. Then if the welcome series doesn't quite work, you might want to use like a before after bridge series, which is designed to sell a product or a service. And hopefully that gets them to purchase that front end product. And then if they purchase that front end product and they go through your funnel, but they don't buy OTO number 1 or they don't buy OTO number 2, you might want to issue an upsell series to bring them back to whatever offer they did not take. So I have a fill in the blank upsell series down below. And then also I have a cart abandonment series. So you could use that if somebody starts the checkout process but then never completes it. And finally, don't forget to use retargeting ads to also help pull people through the funnels. And so that's just a bit on the Enter micro sales funnel engagements. Alright, so let's do a quick recap because we've gone over a lot of stuff so far. So we have our audience up here, which includes an email list, and we also created a saved audience within the Facebook Ads Manager. We've gone ahead and discussed our interest gauging main series right here, and we're following the weekly pushes framework to promote a specific product or service or micro sales funnel for a week. And in doing that, we're able to come up with some content very easily. And then when somebody interacts with these engagements and shows interest in one of our products or services, we're placing them inside of a micro sales funnel. And we've gone ahead and discussed the front end funnel. And in our particular case, we have a camping packing list lead magnet. And then we're offering the 3 free meal replacement bars. And then we have the 2 one-time offers and the downsell. And so now it's time to talk about pumping your sales funnel full of traffic and people and leads and customers and all that stuff. And really the best way to do it is with Facebook ads because it is the best advertising platform ever. And it is the third tool that you need to master. Alright, so let's talk about filling your funnel with new customers and coming up with great ad designs that are going to capture their attention and bring them into your interest-driven sales funnel. So I want to give you a few places you can go in order to find other people's Facebook ads and successful Facebook ads so that way you can get inspired and model your own ads after what you know already works. And of course, this saves you time from having to reinvent the wheel. So one site that is very helpful in coming up with Facebook ad copy ideas is swiped.co, and I'll show it to you in just a second here. The next resource that I want to show you is the Adespresso ads library, which has like over 100,000 ads for you to search through, and it's free. So that's really awesome. And then you can also use the Facebook search feature in order to find top performing ads. And you do this by entering queries like posts about, key phrase, and then product. And some of the key phrases are free shipping, just pay shipping, get yours here or get yours now, or claim yours here or claim yours now. And there are other ad spying tools, but most of them are paid. These 3 right here are free to use, which is why I've included them in this presentation. Now let's head over to them and just check them out real quick. So this here is swiped.co, and it's a handy website because it includes top performing ads and then it gives a detailed description on why those ads performed well. So since we're looking at Facebook type ads, let's go to all types here and we'll just search for Facebook. We got 38 ads to look through here. And so we could look through here, see if anything kind of matches what we're trying to offer. Here's one for a book. Let's just open this real quick and I'll show you what they give you. So here's a write-up about this ad, and then they highlight different points in the ad to really break it down for you on why this ad has been working for this individual. And we got the key takeaways here. And so this resource is just really handy to see what ads worked and why they worked. So up next, we'll check out the Adespresso ads library. And it's just at adespresso.com/ads-examples. And of course, I'll include links down below so you don't have to memorize this or anything like that. But this tool is really handy because it allows you to search for particular keywords, and since they have 67,000 Facebook ad examples, I think I just said 100 and some thousand, but close enough. Still a lot to dive into and look through. But let's just go ahead and enter a keyword here. I'm going to do meal replacement bar. Hit find ads now. And it found one ad here, so I'll go ahead and check that out in just a second. But I wanted to point something out to you real quick. So if you're doing searches and you find more than like 8 ads, it's going to ask you to register for their newsletter, and you can do that for free, and it's going to unlock the rest of the ads. So it's a free tool, but you might have to register for it, so no big deal there. Let's check out the ad, click into it. And unlike Swiped, they don't give you like a why this ad works breakdown. All they give you is the ad itself, and then they give you the text of the ad written out here and the placements and things of that nature. But what's kind of cool here is we can actually click on this ad like it's like an active live ad, so we could click on it and see where these ads take us. So then we could see what their landing pages are, or their sales pages, or their opt-in pages, or squeeze pages. And we can see what they're offering and how they're presenting it. And then we could maybe reverse engineer what they're doing or try and improve upon what they're doing. So there's a lot of opportunity and things to try and check out here. All right, moving on to the Facebook search feature. So just Facebook. And our query is posts about key phrase and product, and these are key phrases. So free shipping is a key phrase. So just come up into Facebook, post about key phrase, go free shipping, product, I'm gonna enter in meal replacement bar, and hit search. And here's all the posts that include the keywords free shipping and meal replacement bar. So we could go through here and click on the various posts to investigate. And this of course might take some experimenting, like you might want to try some different keywords to see if you can find something else, like maybe your industry has other keywords or buzzwords that represent that it's like an offer. So you can definitely switch out this free shipping, and you might want to try different product names to see what all you can find, but then you just investigate. So this Vanny Vicious, hopefully this isn't like a porn site or something. Looks kind of provocative. And so this isn't necessarily an ad, but it kind of is. There's no link to the website or anything, but we have this code VannyVicious10 for a discount and free shipping. So there's our free shipping keyword, and then we have the meal replacement bar keyword right here. So that's how that works. Let me check another one just to see if I can find like an ad more so. So let me click into this one real quick. And so this looks like a straight up ad where somebody's advertising these Slim Fast advanced nutrition meal replacement bars, free shipping, and then they got a link, and I'm sure it's like an affiliate link or something. But anyway, so this is where you could see like how many likes and comments and shares there are, and then decide if this is good copy, bad copy, etc. It's just another place you can go to get inspiration for your own ads. So that way you don't have to be like a super creative person. You just model what already works. Alright, so let's do a recap of what we've covered during this training session. If you remember way back when, we began this training by talking about our various audiences, and in our particular case we have an email list and a saved audience, but there are many other types of audiences. Basically any group of people that you could get in touch with, whether it's through, emails or ads, but also text messages, direct mail, your social media profiles. That's your audience. So an audience should never be like something hard to come up with. Trust me, they are out there. And if they aren't out there, well then you probably need to pick a different business model, because if you don't have an audience, you're not going to be able to sell too much. We also discussed this interest gauging main series right here, where we're engaging with our audience, trying to see what they're interested in. And we can tell what people are interested in by if they're clicking on links, registering, like opting in for a lead magnet, or registering for a webinar. If they're buying products and services, if they're looking at different pages, we can essentially watch our audience and see what they're looking at. And when we know what they're looking at, we can assume they're interested, and then we can start kind of promoting products that they're already interested in. And we discussed using the weekly pushes framework, where every week we focus on just one product or service or micro sales funnel. And it just makes our content creation strategy very simple, because you can plan it months or years in advance even. And we discussed how you could use other people's content, so that makes the strategy very easy to implement. And of course, we talked about these micro sales funnels over here. And again, these are the sales funnels used for lead generation and for selling specific products and services. And we went into great detail about the front end funnel, which is a funnel that should hopefully break even, so that way you're acquiring brand new customers at zero cost. But there are other types of micro sales funnels as well, like webinar funnels, product launch funnels, application funnels, etc. And then we talked about the inter micro sales funnel engagements, which are emails, retargeting ads, phone calls, Facebook messages, etc. Any type of engagement to help kind of pull your customer through your micro sales funnel. So that way you can increase their order size and overall customer lifetime value. and I gave you several fill-in-the-blank templates to help you get this set up without too much struggle. And finally, we briefly talked about how to find other people's ads so that way you can model what they're doing and what's already working, so that way you don't have to go out there and reinvent the wheel for your own ads. And then it's just a matter of pumping your system, your interest-driven sales funnel, full of new visitors, subscribers, customers, etc. And that is the interest-driven sales funnel strategy. You get people in, see what they're interested in, and sell them products and services related to those interests. And again, there are lots of links and resources down below. I really wanted this to be a very helpful and insightful training session. So I'm giving you as much as possible down below so you can go out there and execute, and you don't have to buy anything from me in order to get started. Now, quick question. What if you could essentially download my brain, all the strategy, tactics, and technical elements to make it all possible? And do you want to master the only 3 tools you need to grow your business with digital marketing? And again, those 3 tools are Facebook ads, ClickFunnels, and ActiveCampaign. I mean, just think about how many new digital marketing tools are launched every single day. There are dozens, if not hundreds, of new products coming out, and they're all very shiny and fancy, and they look really interesting and cool and good, but really in the grand scheme of things, they're distractions. What you need to do is just simplify. And that's speaking from experience, because I definitely have been sucked into all those shiny objects before, and they're fun, they're exciting, and they're something new. But once I came to understand the interest-driven sales funnel strategy and how I could make it happen with only 3 tools, my businesses started growing. I was much less distracted with all the other shiny stuff going on, and it's really just made my life so much easier. So besides saving money by not buying every shiny tool that comes out, it's going to save you a bunch of time, and that way you can really focus on what actually increases business. So introducing the Sales Funnel Training Vault. The Sales Funnel Training Vault is my training platform to teach you the strategy behind the interest-driven sales funnel, and I do this through a couple of books, the High Level Digital Marketing Strategy book and the Sales Funnel book. Plus there's some video training to go along with those books to help you really understand and internalize the interest-driven sales funnel strategy. Up next in the vault, we have training on the 3 core tools. So first things first, you're going to get access to my How to Generate Leads and Sales with Facebook Ads course, which teaches you exactly that, how to generate leads and sales with Facebook ads. And it's over 3.5 hours of step-by-step video instruction where I walk you through my proven 5-day Facebook ads launch plan, and I discuss retargeting strategies and how to use a Facebook pixel and everything you need to know in order to master Facebook ads in regard to filling your sales funnel. Then you'll also gain instant access to the ActiveCampaign and interest-driven sales funnel course. And this course is going to teach you how to master the best marketing automation tool on the planet, which is ActiveCampaign. This also includes over 3.5 hours of step-by-step video instruction where I walk you through how to create automations, advanced automations, how to set up templates and triggers and tagging and everything you need to know in order to master ActiveCampaign and configure it to work beautifully with the interest-driven sales funnel strategy. You'll also gain instant access to the Ultimate ClickFunnels training course. And now this course is a doozy. There's over 11 hours of step-by-step video instruction where I walk you through everything you need to know in order to create micro sales funnels and all types of micro sales funnels, from front-end funnels to webinar funnels to product launch funnels to lead generation funnels to high-end funnels and beyond. You will have a PhD in ClickFunnels after you go through that course. And I do have a few other complimentary trainings and resources to help you execute the interest-driven sales funnel strategy. For example, I have the course How to Build Digital Products Quickly. So this way, if you don't have any products yet, or you're looking to expand your product line, or you're looking to add a digital product, this course will show you how to make them very quickly. And you'll also become a member of the Sales Funnel Club, where every month I launch between 3 to 5 ClickFunnels shared funnels. And basically what that means is in one click you could add one of my micro sales funnels to your ClickFunnels account, and all you'd have to do is switch out the images and copy and connect your products, and boom, you'll have another new micro sales funnel to test out. And then of course there is support, where if you're struggling to get something down or have something work or you need some help somewhere, you're able to email me directly and we will figure it out together. And this brings the value of the Sales Funnel Training Vault to over $1,769. all of which is backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you log in, try some things out, and it's just not working for you, no problem. You got 30 days to figure that out. And if you realize it's not for you, just let me know. I'll refund your money, no questions asked, no big deal. So real quick, who does this training work for again? Well, it works for the following business models: e-commerce, info/digital products, coaches and consultants, brick and mortar stores, SaaS businesses, and network marketers. And it'll allow you to sell digital products, physical products, services, plus drive leads and foot traffic. And it does work for existing businesses. So it'll allow you to multiply your business with marketing automation. And this training also works for newbies. And it's going to help you get started the right way. And so this brings me all the way back to the beginning, like on slide 2, where I said if you want to sell stuff online, then this training is for you. And really, honestly, there's not a single business model that this could not work for. And if you don't believe me or you have questions beforehand, do not hesitate to shoot me an email. It's nathan@crazymarketing.com, and we can make sure it'd be a good fit for you before you even bother to sign up. And we do have a few insane webinar bonuses. First up, we have the AliExpress sales funnel course, where I walk you step by step through how to create a sales funnel that sells products that you drop ship from AliExpress. And my students are just loving this course right now. AliExpress and dropshipping is very, very hot, and this course is helping them make it a reality. Plus, I'm going to include my lead gen for brick and mortar businesses course. So if you have a brick and mortar business and you're trying to generate leads for it, this course is going to help you tremendously. And if you don't have a brick and mortar business, but you want to help brick and mortar businesses generate leads, so basically you want to start your own digital marketing agency, this course is going to help you do that. And then I'm also going to give you access to the how to optimize your sales funnel training. So that way you know how to split test your pages, your products, your offers, your emails, your ads, and really optimize your funnel for peak performance. I'm also going to include over 28 fill-in-the-blank email templates, so that way you can essentially copy and paste these emails into your autoresponder tool, which is hopefully ActiveCampaign. And you change out a few words and boom, you've got your email set up. And you'll also get access to the How to Create Great Lead Magnets course, where I walk you step by step through how to build a great lead magnet that people want. Because even though you're giving away something for free, it still needs to be something people want. And this course will ensure that you're only making stuff people want. And all these bonuses are worth $1,585. And now here's the deal, these bonuses are only available for 48 hours. After the 48-hour mark, these bonuses will disappear. So here's a full breakdown of everything you're going to get when you join the Sales Funnel Training Vault within the next 48 hours. You're going to get a copy of the High-Level Digital Marketing Strategy ebook, the Sales Funnel ebook. You're going to gain instant access to the How to Generate Leads and Sales with Facebook Ads course, instant access to the ActiveCampaign and Interest-Driven Sales Funnels course, instant access to the Ultimate ClickFunnels Training course. You're going to get the Sales Funnel Club membership, which is ever growing. You're going to get the course on how to build digital products quickly. You're going to get that premium support where if you have any trouble whatsoever, you shoot me an email and I will help you out. And then for the next 48 hours, you're also going to gain access to the AliExpress Sales Funnel course, the Lead Gen for Brick and Mortar Businesses course, the How to Optimize Your Sales Funnel course, the 28 fill-in-the-blank email templates, the How to Create Great Lead Magnets course, and again, it is all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to lose. I mean, honestly, what is the worst that could happen? You try it out, you realize you don't like it, you let me know, I send you your money back, no questions asked. Versus think about how much you have to gain. What if you really only do have to focus on 3 core tools? What if this interest-driven sales funnel strategy is the key to your success? What if you build just one micro sales funnel that becomes wildly successful? Now, you might have heard of Dan Henry. He launched one webinar micro sales funnel and generated over $1 million from that one micro sales funnel. And yeah, that's kind of like a unicorn. But don't you think you could probably come up with 3 to 5 profitable micro sales funnels? Sure, maybe it's not $1 million micro sales funnel, but maybe it's a few $100 a month, maybe a few $1,000 a month. Speaking from experience, it is very, very possible and realistic. So keep that in the back of your mind. There is zero risk because there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. And then the upside to this is freaking insane. And there is no limit to it. So in summary, the Sales Funnel Training Vault has over $3,354 in training and resources. But of course, I'm not going to charge you that much. And in fact, what I'm charging is a steal, and my wife is kind of pissed at me for this. But I'm only charging $97 a month. And I want to point out that if you stay for 4 months, I'm going to upgrade you to lifetime access, which means you'll pay no more money, but you'll retain access to the Sales Funnel Training Vault, and you're going to get lifetime updates and lifetime support. And to clarify what lifetime updates means, it means every time I update one of those 3 core courses on Facebook ads or ActiveCampaign or ClickFunnels, you're automatically going to get the updated version of the course. Also, I'm continuously adding other mini courses and products and resources to the Sales Funnel Training Vault, like that AliExpress sales funnel. Like I'm currently working on a mini course for a Shopify sales funnel, and then right after that I'm working on a mini course for a book funnel. So once that's out, you would automatically have access to that as well. And then I have several other courses and resources planned, and as soon as they're live, you're going to have access to them. So lifetime updates means you're going to have access to any updates to current products. Plus, when I launch new things, you're going to have access to those too. There'll be no new costs or anything like that associated with those new products. And not to toot my own horn or anything, but I don't know of anybody else that makes an offer like that. We're going to get lifetime updates plus instant access to any new products introduced into the vault. So again, it's only $97 a month, and if you decide to stay 4 months, you get upgraded to lifetime everything. But you're going to want to act fast if you want these bonuses, because in 48 hours, they are going away. So to take advantage of this insane offer, please go to https://www.crazyoutmarketing.com/go. Then check out and you'll gain instant access to all this stuff. And this concludes my presentation. I'm hoping you gained a lot of good information from the training. And I also hope you're going to crazyoutmarketing.com/go and signing up for the Sales Funnel Training Vault. If you have any questions whatsoever, there's going to be a little chat box or an email box down in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. Go ahead and click that, send me a message. I'll get back to you as soon as humanly possible. And I'm going to leave this slide up for a couple more minutes so that way you can see what's available. And I hope to see you soon, and have a good day.